Say aha, normal hands, 5 fingers and some hair, but mine's are very bare. Do you know why? Do you know why? Because my hands are bananas.
My hands are bananas. Your hands are bananas. My hands are bananas. Your hands are bananas.
First up, we see this week Buzzfeed has massively trolled CNN. Last week, CNN produced a video of an apple with some text underneath it. The idea was they were using this as an advert to say that we call an apple, we say it as it is. They're trying to fight off this whole fake news thing that's been plaguing them ever since Donald Trump called them fake news. So BuzzFeed, seeing that how pretentious this was, decided they'd make their own little video. This time it was of a banana and a knock knock joke. I personally think this is absolutely hilarious, and I take my hat off to BuzzFeed because this sort of trolling is exactly what the old guard media publications really need. A couple of things at Type A that we were really impressed with. A, the speed at which they put it out. B, how they managed to make it irreverent and funny, but not really that insulting. And C, it was really just a bit of a tip of the cap to the old guard saying that we're watching you and we're coming for you and all your traffic and all your clicks. Next up, some TV news. Recently, Channel 4 has conducted a study, the results of which say that 89% of people who are TV watchers trust a brand that's on TV more than they trust any other form of advertising. Now, this was a study done by Channel 4, who sell television advertising. So we got to take this with a little bit of a pinch of salt. This is the equivalent of the Philip Morris cigarette company saying that cigarettes soothe your T-zone and make your dick bigger. Now, to give them the benefit of the doubt, I can see why people would trust a brand that runs television advertising over someone who just runs pay-per-click, for example. The reason being is television is so prohibitively expensive that only like a very, very small amount of companies can actually afford to advertise on there. Next up, we've got 2 Google local stories. Google are massively focusing on mobile this holiday season, in particular everything around local businesses. The first really cool feature is that if you've got your product feeds and your local inventory set up, and you've got your Google Business settings set up as well, merging the two together, you can now say things like, okay Google, tell me where I can get a bottle of whiskey in Clapham or near me, and it will search the local product listings and actually ping you to the exact place where you can get that. Other really cool things that they're starting to do is they've now got a booking button for any service-based businesses on their business listing. With this new Book Now feature, what will happen is people will Google something like barbershop in Camden, and you will pop up. Not only will it be your business listing that will pop up, but a little Book Now button will pop up. So you can click on that thing, book a time to go get your haircut, and make a payment. This is fantastic for a couple of reasons. One, a lot of local businesses who are not very tech savvy usually have very bad websites that are not great on mobile. And when it comes to actually taking bookings and taking payment, they usually rely on third-party providers in order to do that. It takes them off-site, gives you a bad brand experience. You're not sure if it's, do I now need to download this new app for this booking thing, or is it the company, or what is it? It's just a really disjointed, kind of weird process. But now you can simply do your Google search, find the service close to you that you need, click the button, pay for it, and you're done. Next up, Big Brother is definitely watching you. Google have now launched a new feature in their reporting that means that from the first ad click that you make to when you walk into a store, you can be tracked and attributed to that initial ad click. This is kind of cool and it's kind of scary at the same time. So what they're effectively doing for advertisers is if you're doing a bunch of local ads to drive footfall, they can now see from when someone clicks or even registers an impression on their device, they can then see when they're going into your local store and they can start to tie back that attribution. This is kind of a first. I know there's been a bunch of iBeacon stuff that Facebook have been trying, but nothing's really hit the mainstream yet. So Google are currently testing this and are due to roll this out completely across all of the ad platform. It's going to be fascinating to see how this can affect retailers. In all major economies, retail is massively struggling, especially with footfall because of giants like Amazon and the advent of massive amounts of e-commerce transactions going on. Footfall is getting smaller and smaller for all these major chains, and they're struggling with large overhead prices, property prices going up. The cost of staffing going up. They're really struggling to make it into a profitable business. So who knows, this new feature from Google might help retailers drive more footfall into their stores and maybe revive the retail industry. Stranger things have happened. Facebook news. So this week, Facebook announced that they're going to be having a secondary news feed dedicated just for pages and news-based content. So this massively put the wind up a lot of publishers because that's where they get a lot of their organic traffic from Facebook. Now the company did clarify and said that no, they're just testing this in a couple of countries and they've got no real plans to roll it out. However, it's very interesting to see how Zuckerberg is thinking about this and how they're thinking about user experience on the device. What Zuckerberg and Facebook are trying to do is remove that and keep me on the platform for as long as humanly possible. And perhaps they think the best way of doing that is separating out the things I care about, what my friends are up to, and the things that are nice and entertaining but are not my core reason for being on Facebook, which is little news stories and pictures of cats falling off chairs. That's everything for this week. If you would like to get in touch with me on Twitter, my handle is @artsy. If you would like to email me, you can get me at ross@a.agency. If you find this video useful, then please tag one of your colleagues in the comments. Otherwise, we'll see you next week. Just in case he needs a quick cheeky tug.